are gonna see our butts.
Oh wait, you guys want me to...
What are you doing?
Ruining everything.
can do the damn thing right here, right now. Or we can take it.
We're gonna have a great show.
That's what she said.
And this is your motherfucking content warning.
Not a family-friendly show.
Goodbye.
See you later. The savage and the sexy.
The sexy.
Camera.
Survive.
Welcome
to the savage and the sexy. It is your favorite not safe for work nymphs, SB and K, here in the flesh to make your day, and we are wearing lingerie. Cheers.
We're wearing lingerie.
We got the sauce.
I got the sauce. Look at us. We're cute.
We're ready.
If you can look at us.
We warmed up for this.
Yeah, you gotta
This is what we look like.
you gotta stay tuned. You gotta follow us on the YouTube tube. You gotta get on our Patreon and see our sexy
Our
bodies.
gram.
Or our gram.
Wait, I just had a thought. This is the first time everybody is seeing our faces. I really want to know.
Is this what you expected?
Retroactively, yes, in the future, when you're watching this years from now and we're famous and you're backlogging all of our episodes, what did you think we looked like based on our voices? I want to know. You know how you develop your own views of people when you listen to your podcast?
Yeah.
And you hear their voice, so you make a person in your head, and it looks
Who you think, have you seen a picture of a group of people who you think voices
look
match
like that
up?
person.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you kind of plug them in and so we're wondering, did we just fuck up your imagination, or are we better than you expected?
I think I look better than I sound because
I
I sound
think-
like a donkey dying. And I'm and then people are just oh wow, you're actually pretty.
I actually
really
like your voice. Why would you think that of yourself? I'm over here my voice is up here and it's so high pitched, and I'm wow, Steph has this very adult, womanly, lower register, and I feel
opposite.
obnoxious.
I'm wow, Amanda's really commanding the room when she's speaking, and you go on your little. I was gonna say tyrants, your little, speeches and stuff, and I'm just yeah. Over here in the corner, I'm oh God, somebody help me.
I do speeches. I didn't know.
Let me get these cans out of here because.
Oh wait, you don't get free. Free sponsorship.
Placement.
No,
You gotta guess what we're drinking. Anybody?
bet you can.
These blue and white, yellow cans.
Oh, how iconic!
Iconic.
You drink them all the time.
We
every
drink
summer.
them all the time.
Yeah.
But we're so excited because new year, new me. Who's this? We're so excited.
Oh my God! Who are you gonna become this year?
I'm gonna become a dragon.
Wow, I'm really into that. I'm into that.
I'm gonna pull a Khaleesi and just go into flames and then come out hopefully flying.
I think out of all the people that could do that, I think it would be you.
Yeah, I think so. I'm also gonna shave all my hair off.
No, you're not.
Yes, I'm super excited.
Wait, really?
Yeah, everyone's telling me not to, so that means I
your
should
head
do it.
hair?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you totally should.
See, this is why I like
I
you.
support you so hard. I actually have a goal to shave my head one day. I've always wanted to shave my head. I think I'd baller with a shaved head, and I support this so hard.
I feel like as models,
I think you would
could
look
be more
awesome.
versatile.
Yeah.
And there's a million beautiful wigs out there. And then once
And
my
you can
hair
just
grows
get locks.
back,
You don't need it to be that long to get locks.
exactly.
No.
You just need a couple of inches to get braids and stuff.
I support this so hard.
I'm so tired of. I love my curls. My curl pattern is great.
It's a lot.
It's just, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of maintenance. I'm I don't have time for this. I'm getting old, quote unquote, and I want to be free.
Yeah, just you want to use your valuable limited time on things that you want to. And you can't tell, y'all, but I have really curly hair. I straighten it all the time. But curly hair is fucking work. You have to wake up so early, or you just have to wrap it in a hat. A lot of times they'll just put it up in a big bun and put a headscarf on, because I'm just I can't be bothered.
Washing days are an hour plus.
A day. A whole
Washing
day. That's why it's called a wash day. Yeah.
The wash itself is an hour. It's so bad. But I'm I think it'll be good. The only, thing we don't know is the shape of my head.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out if I look like an egg.
No, I think
I
you're
look
good.
like a loop-de-loop. Is it a Fruit Loop? you
I'm gonna guess a squiggle.
is a squiggle, and my Squidward.
I think you're gonna
and my
have a very
SpongeBob,
handsome
might be
head.
Patrick.
They both don't have hair. So if you're SpongeBob, is it like cube shaped?
Yeah. You don't really
Angles.
know until, because my hair's thick too. So like when my hair is out,
Yeah.
it's like everyone's like, cool, you have a cool circle. You don't know what's down
You have
there.
a cool circle. Yeah, your head's a really cool circle, man. Like,
You don't know what's working underneath. I could have sharp edges.
have spikes. There could be a mouth up there,
Oh.
like
That
teeth,
explains
but
a
on your
lot.
head. You know that movie? You heard that movie, right? You guys have heard that movie? If you haven't watched it, go look up Teeth. I think it's on Netflix. Long story short, a girl has a mouth with teeth in her vagina. Surprise!
Wouldn't that be fun?
Honestly, yes.
It would be like,
Nah.
I think, because it'd be like a mouth
But what
and
if
a
you
vagina.
can't? If you can't control,
Dude, if it was a
if you
mouth,
can control it, I can see. Well,
She does.
if it was
She
a
does,
mouth.
actually.
oh really?
It's a horror movie. It's like a B-rated one.
It's not really a horror movie. It's more
Can she
like
hi-
drama.
Can she like hide it when
No,
she wants
there's
to?
fucking teeth in there.
No, bro. It's
But it's like a mouth and a vagina in
Yeah.
one.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Have you ever seen Our Real Monsters? To go and date myself. You know,
Our
like
producers
Icarus's teeth.
and
That's what it
IT
looks
guy are over there.
Oh, yeah. We
Oh, hi,
didn't even
we're
just
off camera. Hi,
You guys
hi.
should come say hi. They
We're
don't
the
know what
Steve
you
Mikes.
look like either.
Hi.
No, I don't need to.
introduce
No, we're good, we're good.
yourself.
You guys
We'll get a
put
picture of you guys.
me up already. Everyone knows what I look like.
Wait, has anyone seen the movie Promising Young Woman? Have you seen it? Has anyone? Damn it! God damn it! I just want
What movie was it?
Promising Young Woman.
What's that about again?
Okay, so it's basically this woman, and she fakes being really drunk to get guys home with her, and then basically makes them feel terrible and really guilty when they try to sleep with her because she's not drunk. But I was gonna say Teeth plus that movie would be amazing.
So
amazing.
that Promising Young Woman, that movie, I didn't watch it. So on YouTube, there's a channel that does movies in like a shorter format, like 15.
See, like it's almost like Spark Notes.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, man, this is messed up. I'm like, she kind of really didn't have a happy ending.
She did it. I love the ending. I hate the ending of that movie. Also, we should move on, so I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Go watch Promising Young Woman and Teeth and get back to me.
I'm going to watch it. That's going to be my assignment.
You would
and then
like
we'll see it.
Promising Young Woman. You should actually. Can you please watch it so I can talk with you about it? Because I know you would like it, and I really want to talk to somebody about it because nobody's watched it.
I mean, you can talk to me because I have the Cliff Notes now, so
It's
we can
one
talk
of
about it.
those.
Not on the podcast because I don't want to spoil it for all of our viewers. But we will definitely converse about it after because I have words about that movie.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free.
Spoiler free.
Anyway,
But let's hope 2022 is not a spoiler.
explain.
Like, 'cause the new year. We all thought 2020 was going to be great, and then it literally went to shit. So I stopped being excited, and I just don't expect anything.
2022. Get your shit together. It's time to be awesome.
Yeah. And then 2021, they're like, it's going to be better now. It's like nothing is done in a year. Okay. So, no.
But a new year comes and we shall see what defines it. What we have in store.
What do we have in store? Torture, darkness, and all around anxiety.
Maiming.
But then food, probably.
And
I like
food.
tacos.
You get food with your maiming. We'll have a taco bar.
But even if shit's fucked up, it usually becomes a blessing in disguise anyway.
Yeah, no, everything. I do
Darkness
think
before.
everything comes full circle.
For sure.
There's always a pendulum swing. So eventually the pendulum will swing, but who knows where we are in the swing right now. So hopefully on the upswing.
I think we're in the middle.
Yeah, you're probably right. But let's not speak for the entire world. Let's just talk about ourselves.
Where are you? I don't know why. My sister does that voice. It's really
That is
weird.
really cute.
Her and her husband are always like, and I'm like, you guys are weird as fuck.
You of all people saying that.
Yeah, because she's weird. I was
I don't know.
like,
You've
it's
watched
cute,
these
I guess.
recordings back again, but I hope you guys like us in person. Also, I just got to say, if you keep seeing me stare down here, it's because there's a very distracting TV monitor down here where we can see ourselves.
Yeah, it's making it hard to focus.
I
I'm
keep
just
forgetting
like-
to look at the camera, so I apologize in advance because we are very distracted.
Put a blanket over that. I would love to see myself like that.
I
This
mean,
is beautiful.
if you guys want, why don't you just like record on your cell phone so that way they can see it? You put a reel up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe
it's having sexy.
That was better. That was better. Okay, so
My sauce is spicier right now.
when this comes out, it's almost the new year.
Yes.
Do you usually have New Year's plans? Do you
Like actual party plans?
Yeah. Do you like to dress up and go party? Do you
I mean,
just be comfy? What's your routine?
I usually like to celebrate a little bit. I like to use it as an excuse to get hot and go have fun with some friends. But last year, I definitely fell asleep before the ball dropped.
Did you?
Yeah. But like my full intention is to like, cause I love the energy of the new year. I love like how everyone's like focused on just like the year turning and getting all glitz and glam and drinking a lot. Like not really the drinking a lot, but I love the energy of New Year's. I feel like the partying on New Year's is different from the partying on other days. It feels bigger. So I like that. So normally I do like to go out and have fun and commemorate it. But occasionally I'll go into grandma mode and just stay inside. I can do that too. And that's fine. I'm down with that.
Because it's so cold.
Yeah, it's very cold.
I want to leave the house.
I don't believe you. I believe you of all people would be fucking partying hard.
I mean, I do.
Oh, okay.
But usually, if
your
I'm
house.
only
Oh, I see.
Like last year, I walked to my neighbors, and then
Ah.
I was dressed up. I was going to a fucking gala, but
course, of
I was
course.
just like in an apartment. Woo!
Hi. I brought cookies.
Eric, you have something you want to share? Okay, I thought you were raising your hand.
Oh no, I was just celebrating with you. I wanted off-camera energy for you.
I love it because it's right in my beeline. And I'm like, yeah. But
Nah,
no, I think
Steph, you're lit, bro. Like when I see your snaps and shit, like
Lit.
it seems like it
You're
doesn't
a
matter.
Sagittarius.
Yeah, no,
for
it's like
real.
you're just lit. Like it seems like in any situation that you're at, you're gonna make it lit no
Yeah,
matter what.
I agree. You are the party. I think
I was
the
born
party
that way,
starts when you walk in.
I think Liddy
Sagittarius
Lit was
friend.
made for you. I think that term was just made for you.
Liddy lit.
Liddy lit.
Wait. If you want to add a title to it, Liddy Lit.
Lady lit.
Okay, I can't even say it though. So I'm gonna get a tattoo on my butt. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to do this year. Like
I have no plans this year. I have no
I
idea
have
what's
nothing
going on.
and
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten over the phase of like going to like out to a public
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
Like I'll go to like a friend's party,
I'm a
things
house
like
party
that.
person,
But
yeah.
now that I'm literally far away, I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, just
I don't
hunker
wanna go
down.
anywhere.
It's been a year.
Be there.
I just want to have some champagne
Buy, like,
in
a
your
little
house.
disco ball and be like, we're having fun, and that will be good. And who knows how cold or if it will snow. So I have no idea. I really want to try to celebrate New Year's somewhere else, but I don't know where I would go.
This year, or you just mean in the
Not this
future,
year, just-
sometime in the future?
Sometime in the future, like actually travel and go somewhere. And I know a lot of people are like New York, blah blah, but like I don't think
no,
that's fun.
I don't think
Unless
it's
you're
worth
literally
it.
in like one of those high rides and you just get the view, then
I don't
it's
think
not
it's worth it.
it.
Yeah, no.
It's just like you're gonna be in an apartment anyway, so it doesn't
yeah.
really matter.
You should like Google New Year's celebrations and see what countries have the biggest celebrations.
I want to go to Spain and eat grapes.
Ooh, oh yeah.
Is that now? That's a hand raised.
Yes, that was definitely me. So one thought for New Year's that I was thinking about doing was they have those getaways. So it's like a cabin that they have out in the woods. And it has the big glass like vista, so you just see the woods.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that if it was going to snow, that would be something I would definitely do for like
Yeah.
New Year's, even if it's just
I've
by
always
myself.
wanted to do that. They're so pretty.
Let's Airbnb a place, y'all.
That'd be cool too. Like a really nice view, like up in the mountains. Just be like, hopefully no one gets murdered, but just like nice and peaceful.
I know. Immediately, as soon as there's any cabin in any mountains, murder. Murder is the first thing I think of. And then I get to fun after murder and maiming and being freaked out. Fun is like halfway down the list.
So how many murder mysteries do you guys watch, if
Like-
that's the case?
I mean, I listen to a lot.
Yeah, I listen to a lot.
We
I
listen
watch
to a lot of podcasts.
Oh, so therefore you just have
Did you watch
it's just in your mind.
Unforgivable. It just came out on Netflix.
Oh, is it a
Sandra Bullock.
documentary? No. Oh, no. What
but
is
it's
it?
really fucked up and it's great.
Okay, cool. Noted. Murder. Ah.
But yeah, that's true. I mean, I think, did we do that once? I have no idea. I forget what I've done in the past for New Year's.
Because you
I don't
partied
remember.
so often.
I don't remember what it
Yeah,
is
there's too many
anymore.
parties in your head to remember which party it was.
Too many tabs. I have to go into the little backlog, tab it up.
Your history section where you closed all your tabs
Right.
and see
For
what
a
tabs
while,
you had
though,
open.
I had one friend that would always have like hotel parties, and everyone would go and like chill, and that was cool. But then, you know, you get over hotels. You want to do something bigger and better. And maybe be somewhere warm. I've never been somewhere warm before.
Wow, what's
Yeah,
that?
wouldn't that be crazy? If you have palm trees outside on New Year's.
Sunshine?
The fuck is going on this
I always actually wondered that. Like, can you imagine like Christmas in Florida? And, like, there's like Christmas lights and snowmen out and stuff on people's
So one,
hand.
I will tell you, one year I did spend a Christmas out in Joshua Tree, which is in California, out in the desert.
How was that? Was it surreal?
It was just really, well, I was trying to get photos of the stars, and then I heard loud banging and got scared, and then found out the next morning there was a horse down the way from the Airbnb that we were at. But that was something. And then that same year, I had to go to Florida for work. So it really was weird. I'm like, palm trees out here. Like,
Yeah, I just feel like
it's New Year's and this is
I
palm
think
trees.
it's kind of funny because they don't have the cold or any of the things that come with winter. Sometimes they almost take it more seriously. Like a lot of the shows of like Christmas lights competition, and there's so many like Christmas light companies
to
that
bring
are
extra
out of
Christmas
Florida.
spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's just like everyone like, why? It's like, why even try?
It's really weird when you see a palm tree just like covered in Christmas lights. I'm like,
honestly, I really want like for like nationally, wherever you live locally, I feel like the trees that you have the most of, you should be using as your Christmas tree. So if you live in Florida, I think everyone should have fucking palm trees in their house with ornaments dangling off of them.
How would you? Would it be in a pot?
Yeah.
Okay.
have you never seen Futurama? They did in that for
I
Xmas.
don't like Futurama.
Don't you
No offense.
blasphemy.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I have no opinion.
Man, I got mad serious.
She's like, it's like
I
me and
don't like
Blackberry.
Futurama. And then she did this to the camera.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say something offensive?
She said no offense.
I'm sorry if you like Futurama, but I don't like Futurama. I'm sorry.
I don't know if we can be siblings anymore.
But also, if you happen to have a different type of tree in your house for Christmas, I would like to know about it, and please send us pictures.
What does
Thanks.
your tree look like?
Maybe like
Is
a
it
birch?
An upside down tree? I fucking hate those.
What are fucking upside down
Have you
trees?
seen those? It's literally a tree upside down and people decorate
Ew.
it. It's so weird.
What?
Like, I get it. Like, oh, cool, you're different. But like, what's
I'd be
the
afraid
point?
it's gonna fall on me.
I don't know. Maybe to make more room on the bottom. I don't know.
No,
what it's-
because
So how do
room
you
on the
put
top
presents
gets
underneath?
taken up.
what?
How do you put presents underneath?
I mean, you can still put
Not
presents.
under the tree. It's
You
above
put
the
them
tree.
on top of it.
No, you.
Oh no!
How do you
it's
water
upside
it?
down. It's flat.
Wait.
No.
How do you water it?
Questions. All I
Where
know
do you
is
put the
they
star?
exist. They're
right.
out there.
Also, please, if you have an upside
If you
down
have an
Christmas
upside down tree,
in the
tell
comment
us
section,
your trauma.
Yes,
What
tell us
happened
your
to you as a
trauma.
child?
or tell us why you prefer an upside down tree over a right side up tree. No judgment, just
No, I'm
weird.
judging you.
Weird non-judgment.
Definitely judging.
Just
I'm
very
judging
small amount of
lot.
judgment, but we still love you.
Yeah,
Very small. Bruh.
we'll see. I mean,
I
don't
don't
know,
have a
guess.
Christmas tree this year. I'm like kind of opting out of holidays this year.
My roommate put one up. It was pretty. I didn't take out any of my decorations, so it's just one ornament of my dog, and it's cute.
You just put a singular ornament of Jorah on the tree.
Wait, your dog's name is Jorah?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Is he
So
a handsome,
Jorah?
sweet
Yeah.
boy?
Nice.
that's right. That's right.
Handsome, sweet
You know he
boy.
played Batman in Titans?
Really?
Yes, he's Bruce Wayne in Titans.
Oh my god! I have to rewatch that. I'm so excited.
I have to pee.
Oh,
Already? Shit.
Already?
workout number 2.
Kick your legs as fast as you can.
Be careful
And I have used the bathroom, and I am good.
Perfect.
She's emptied her bladder, and now she'll fill it back up with alcohol.
Cheers.
Tonight.
I mean, move the TV so it's slightly less distracting. The savage and the sexy.
We'll get distracted because that's who we are. This is what it is.
This is how we do it.
Getting super distracted, sitting in the middle of the podcast, drinking all the alcohol.
Okay, but seriously. Let's talk about something people like to take seriously for 2 whole months.
Yeah, tell us.
Resolutions.
Resolution.
I actually do not hate on resolutions. I kind of like them, but I just have some rules around making them. But yes, resolutions. So, do you have any? Let's start there.
For this year, no. But
Liberated.
Only because I have not thought about it.
We still have a few weeks. We're kind of early. We're at the beginning of December now.
By the time this drops, I'll probably be frantically thinking of something. But I think they're the same things I've been working on forever, so it doesn't really matter if I declare them or not.
Lifetime goals.
Yeah, I do. I think we're very similar in the fact where it's not super extreme. It's more like, okay, what are things I want to continue working on? It's a chance to evaluate what I've been doing and is there something I could try a little bit different? Yeah. Kind of setting digestible goals and steps to get closer to my goals.
Right. It's a time of year to to invite introspection and to prep for reasonably and realistically, just like what you said, I feel people, they set these arbitrary goals with deadlines and timelines and don't give themselves space to accomplish them in an appropriate and realistic way for sustainability. So for me, I'm very much all right, whatever goals I'm going to pick, it's got to be something that I can feasibly work on all year without failing. I can't fail it. I can just work on it a little bit. I'm not going to stress myself out to do it, but I'm going to keep it on my radar at all times. Or I'll make a theme for my year. There was one year I made a theme. It was called the Year of No Fear. And I just made a point. I just made a point to try to do more things that I was nervous about that I actually wanted to do. So it was the only rule was don't let fear stop you from doing something you actually want.
Yeah, I like that. Let me be a little bit more open to opportunities. Yeah. Or if you want to travel more, let me actually start, putting money aside and doing the research on top 3 places I kind of want to go. And
something you can do, that you can actually accomplish every day. Not I'm going to drop 20 pounds in 2 months. Why?
I'm going to be a bodybuilder by the end of January, guys. Watch me. New year, new me. Who's this?
Or why so much pressure? I always, as a personal trainer, when I talk to my clients, I always really stress whatever goals you make for yourself, your timeline should be much longer than you anticipate. You should give yourself room for space, fuck ups, mistakes, where you just fall off the wagon. All of this stuff is very human things where it's very hard to sustain anything. So it's just whenever you make a goal, you really got to be realistic because otherwise you just set yourself up for failure. And realistic is more time than you expect. Maybe make it a little smaller and then give yourself ladder goals. Don't give yourself a huge goal with nothing in between. Right. You have to take small steps. But some people do really well with giant goals hanging over their head. I don't do well that way.
I don't do well with that.
No.
I think and the space for failure or things you don't expect. They're if I didn't do it by this day, then that's so much pressure that you failed. And then you're even more depressed and you were I was supposed to do this, supposed to accomplish that.
And you set yourself to these standards that are already just way too, and it's people are oh, I can do it. And it's no, but think about yourself in your human structure. We are naturally very resistant to change. It's hard for us to do things every day sustainably. This is just natural. You could be really good and disciplined, but discipline is hard. It takes work. So I feel work with your human tendencies. And if you know who you are, if you know you have a hard time sticking to things, or if you know that you feel really bad if you don't accomplish big goals, then give yourself things that aren't going to feel bad to try to do. Set yourself up to succeed. Give yourself more time than you need. Program in time for you to be a human, and not just be a robot. Everyone makes goals with this very robotic view.
What it's actually going to take
You're not a robot. You're emotional. Things are going to happen. Life's going to happen. I'm not saying discipline is so important. That's where discipline comes in. But don't put pressure on yourself to over succeed or chew off these big goals in a time frame that's this small. That will that just makes you feel bad about yourself because there's such a small chance for you to actually succeed.
Have you ever made a brain map?
Oh, what's that?
So I loved doing that. I started doing that a couple of years ago, where it's like you have your overarching big goal, you like write it down, and then you branch off like 4 different things that will help you accomplish that goal, and then out of those 4 is like the steps to get to that, and then you go
So it's
into
like you
more,
break down everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want a fit body. Okay, break it down. It's like gym,
What do I need to
eating
do?
healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, add different vegetables every week. Like get meal prep for this, or like stretch in the morning and before bed. Like it breaks it down to little like more digestible
Accomplishable,
steps.
like checking off the
So
small
you can
goals
still
to get
aim
to the big
for that
one.
big goal, but then actually break it down for yourself. Because I feel like people don't realize that. They're like, okay, yes, I'm gonna be fucking fit to the nines, 3% body
Which is
fat,
possible,
which is great. But they don't talk. They don't think about the steps it actually takes to get there, and like writing it down and mapping it out to actually say like, okay, this is what it's going to take me. So let me work on the little things first to get to the big thing.
Like literally, yes, that's what. Because I think there are certain types of people that do really well when like they think about this huge overarching goal and they just kind of keep. I think that's too It's too intimidating. It's too lofty. It's like obviously I want that, but like I need to start down here more. I need to think about accomplishing goals here before I like even get up there. So it's like I'll have an idea of like eventually what I want and where I want to go, but I don't even really like mentally invest in it that much because I'm too busy investing on the ground level of like what can I do right now to eventually like climb the ladder to get there. But I think a lot of people can skip that whole in between, which is like, and they're like, I want to be this by March and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to drink water every day. I'm going to go to the gym 60 minutes every day. I'm never going to eat any cookies. I'm going to fucking only eat broccoli and chicken. This is just an example I'm using. But people get really radical and then they get mad at themselves when they can't succeed. But it's like you are not working with yourself. Like you're demanding. It's just, and I read a book recently. It's called Unfuck Yourself. I forget who writes it. I'm really sorry. Have you read it? Unfuck Yourself?
I haven't read it, but I have heard of it.
So I read it recently, and he talks a lot about willingness, and he's like, you need to examine your willingness. Like people that have big goals, people that you admire that are doing things you want to do, you need to realize like they were willing to put in the work. So whatever your goal is, it's like if you want 3% body fat, to go back to our example, and you want to be a bodybuilder, are you willing to do what it takes to become that? And that's an important question to answer. Maybe you aren't right now. And if you're not willing, okay, let's go down another step. Just let's lose some weight. Forget about, let's start there.
Or
are you willing?
Be in a routine,
Let's
active
just be
workout.
more active.
Yeah.
Are you like, so you have to like kind of like start with where you're at. And I think a lot of people want to start like in the middle. And it's like, I'm not saying you can't have big goals. Please have big goals, be ambitious, but like you have to recognize like where you are in your journey, the personality that you have, the tendencies you have, the skills that you have, where your discipline level is at. You need to take all these into account and then be like, am I willing? Is this realistic? It's not that my goal is too big, but I need a big timeline. If your goal is big, you need a huge timeline. It can't be pressure, accomplish it in 5 months. That's just mean to yourself. It's just mean.
Don't be rude to yourself.
Don't be rude. God.
That's very disrespectful.
Jesus.
God. Sheesh.
Be nice. Well, just like we're only human. And it's like, I think it's like when you can, and this just makes me think of like when I remember my resolution used to be to lose weight for years, like because I used to be very obese if you've listened to the show. So I remember before I looked like this, I was like, I just want to lose weight. I just want to lose weight. And every year I literally made a contract one year. I wrote out a contract because I was that serious about it, but the person that I was at the time didn't have those skills to do all of the things that I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to lose weight this year by doing this, this, and this. She just didn't have that will. She didn't have that. And then I would get really upset with myself, like when in March or February and all that. And I did this for years. I spun through years of trying to lose weight. And eventually, like the thing that worked for me was when I finally accepted that it was going to take a long time and I stopped rushing and I just gave myself plenty of space and time. And I was like, this is what I have to do. I'm willing to do these things for a long period of time. I found what I'm willing to do, what I can do for a long period of time. And so I'm going to stick with this and I've accepted it's going to take a long time. And honestly, like as soon as I accepted that, like I'm not saying weight loss was easy, but it made the whole process a lot easier. And I actually started losing weight at like a sustainable pace. And now I'm here.
Right.
So it's just like
you gotta be able to like judge that and understand.
Be honest
that
with yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people think it's okay. New Year, suddenly I have to just like all my shit together. I have to know exactly what I'm doing. It's like no, you're still still what you were
You're
a week
still
ago.
You're still you.
You're just in your lane and you're pivoting a little bit. You're trying to just steer to the right direction. You're not going to get to your destination.
No.
You're still traveling.
It's like
Still
thinking
on that
about your
journey.
goal and being willing to invest in it in small ways without any return for potentially a long time. Because weight loss is a great example for that. A lot of people get so frustrated because they might lose 2 or 3 pounds right off the bat, and
then that's it.
And then they might stall out, and then they do it for 3-4 weeks, and they're like, "I've been doing it, it's not working," and then they get discouraged and they fall off. And it's like, no, like you really got to make a deal with yourself that you're going to commit. What am I willing to do? For how long am I willing to do it? And even if I don't see the results that I'm looking for, like anytime soon, am I still going to be willing to do it because I know eventually the results will come? And that's like doing is easy. It's sustaining that's hard.
Yeah.
You can do any, like people can diet well for one day. They'll be like, oh, I'll eat healthy all day. I'm not going to have any treats. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to drink water. And they'll have one day, maybe 2, maybe 3, where like everything is perfect. But it's the sustainability long term that will usually kill goals or like make you from accomplishing them.
I mean, I avoid the gym. But I definitely avoid the gym at the beginning of a year because everyone's
crazy.
got that mindset. A couple of weeks, they're like, here, doing it. And then it's crowded and it's too much and I'm overwhelmed.
And they demand too much from themselves.
Yes.
And then they just
all
fall
just
off.
start
And then they get
falling
upset and disappointed in themselves because they couldn't do it or they couldn't. But you're not working with yourself. Like, you need to be real with yourself. Like, honor the time it takes. Honor the process. Honor the fact that, like, even though we very much have, like, a get it now, like, mentality, and we can get a lot of things very quickly in this country, but you can't get shit like that quickly. And like, you know, if you want to be a model, like that's something you have to work. Like I've been doing this for 2 years. And like the other day I had a conversation with myself where I was feeling discouraged about where I'm at. And I was like, literally, Amanda, like you decided at the beginning of 2020 to dig your heels in and do this seriously. Don't start fucking acting like nothing's happening. It's been a year and some change. Like it takes people years sometimes of trying. Are you willing to keep trying? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. That's it. Like, I just need to be willing to keep trying because like I can't be defeated by my own attitude when I'm not honoring the time or the patience or
I literally
the work.
think that all the time with like just what I'm doing or just freelancing in general because I don't want to. I don't know. I kept telling myself like I don't want to take a job that doesn't bring me as much joy.
Yep.
And, you know, I usually, like, the winter's harder, so I'll pick up a shift or something. But I'm still getting enough work that I can't commit to something else full time. And I don't like being like, yeah, I'm going to do this job and then not actually be able to, like, give them all the attention
like
that they
actually
need.
perform in
and
a
then
way
I
that's
don't want to
adequate.
say, I don't want to cut back on modeling and photography and stuff like that.
No, because you're building it and growing it. Yeah.
It's like a weird, I'm like, I should be somewhere more sustainable right now. I should be doing this. I'm like, you went freelance at the beginning of a pandemic.
Literally.
The whole year and a half doesn't count. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, I should be doing this. Like, obviously, what people put on Instagram isn't always what their life is. So it was like, oh, I want to have a bigger
It's really easy to
clientele.
get sucked into that, though.
And it's just like, oh yeah, next year I'm really going to do this and that. I'm like, no, I have to be realistic. Like, let's just talk about like maybe finances. Like maybe I want to look into having a studio space so I can expand some of my projects and take on more clients that way. Like that could be one little small step to be like, okay, what does that mean? Or maybe I just want to up a couple of my equipment to figure out like maybe I'll invest in a new couple of lenses or gear just to like feel that I'm taking a step forward. But it was just like so funny, like in that hole, and then suddenly I'm just like, what the fuck, bitch? Like literally.
You have to check yourself. Like I have to reality check myself because I'll get so emotional about like not feeling like I'm succeeding enough. And I am though. Like I also can look to the side and look at my whole fucking portfolio and be like, oh damn, like no, you're doing well. Like you just get in your head a lot. But like you have to be willing to check yourself, especially for people like us where it's like we're trying so hard and so invested.
Our brains are so active.
And we and we love what we do so much, but like we're really critical and like cultivating a business. So it's just like but the thing is I'm actually really proud of myself that I was able to even get to that point. Because like the other day when I'm sitting here like being defeated, like, and I know I'm not going to quit, but it's like you have that, you come to that moment again and again when you're trying to do something. If you're trying to do anything, whatever your resolution is this year or any year or at any time, any goal that you have, like I feel like if you're serious about that goal and you really want it and you're willing to put in the work, you come to that moment again and again where you're just facing yourself and you're like, can I really do this?
You are your biggest critic.
You're where you're doubting, where you're not sure, where you're like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Or like, it's funny that you mentioned like thinking about picking up a second job or not being sure what to do. Cause like I'm in that zone right now where I'm like, I don't want to take on a job that I don't like because I like everything that I do. And everything that I do, I've worked so hard to build up to this point. And if I take another job, I have to drop something that I've been working on. I'm not willing to do that. So something else has to work because I'm not giving up.
Something else has to work. Give
Something
me a
else has to
job
work.
that brings me joy, guys.
I have a potential discussion after to talk about.
I will
because I'm thinking
feet
about
pics to you. Are you into
Dude,
that?
she will. Please.
I got some nice toes. So come take a gander. I got the sauce. A little too much.
Ew, no.
You don't like that sound?
No. Ew! This reminds me of sweaty feet.
They're not sweaty. They're just jelly.
Yours were. Ew, jelly is worse. Toe jam.
Ew, that.
You said it.
Actual jelly, not toe fungus jam.
She said it. But anyway, back. I think just being able. What I was saying was that I'm happy that I'm able to feel those moments of defeat and feel like question myself, doubt myself, and still have that voice inside of me that is able to be like, no. Here's the reality. You've been doing it for this long. How many people that you know that toiled for years and they had that one moment where everything changed? It's like you just need to stay the course because this shit takes time. You know it takes time. You've done it before and it took a long fucking time. So, bitch, no, stop that shit. You can be doubtful. You can be upset. You can feel defeated. But you ain't fucking stopping. That's That's the rule. That's my only rule.
Where it comes back is like, yes, your overarching goal, you're never going to feel like you've made it, that you've accomplished it.
You're always
but
going to be
then go
reaching.
back. Like I've noticed too when I have those moments of doubt and not really knowing and being like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm stagnant. I'm not moving. Like, okay, my goal for this week, I'm just going to, take on a project. Maybe I'm going to edit some old projects and like just feel like I'm doing something that's creative, that's building
momentum.
Into it.
Or like I worked on my websites all week. Like I did some of that behind the scenes stuff because I was like, I need to feel like I'm growing this. Mm-hmm. Even if I can't do it in these ways, then I can do all this other stuff that maybe like I don't feel like doing on most days, but that is there and is contributing to like the
I'm gonna reach out to one person and do this, or I'm gonna like promote this specific thing,
or even in going and liking and commenting on people, engaging online, like because like just networking and talking to people like that opens up doors and is part of the process, like. So, and there's lots of different ways to pour into your goal, but like, I feel like you need to become skilled at finding different ways to feed the goal that aren't necessarily fast or direct, or maybe not even strong. Like maybe working on my website doesn't feel like I'm doing a lot, but there's going to be people that click on that I don't know about, that I'm not thinking about, and they're going to see me, they're going to have their own thoughts.
Do that.
And like, I might not feel like it's a lot, but like, you don't like. I've literally had people find me through hashtags that I didn't know worked, and I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't think that was working,"
cool.
and now it's working.
Did that one step, and now there's more to it.
That I didn't even think about. That I didn't even think would yield anything, but I just did it anyway because I'm like, "What the fuck else am I gonna do? I need to feed my goals. So what I'm gonna do today?"
I was doing a lot of website stuff for the summer photography camp that I do. The lady was gonna go through another person. I was just like, I just want to do it because I know
you got it.
What our goal is. I created a whole mood board, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it didn't really feel like I was working because it was just like what I like to do, and I'm like, I have no idea if she's gonna like it, and we had like a super long meeting, and it was a lot of fun, and it was great. And then she's like, well, send me the invoice. I'm like, oh yeah, you're actually paying me.
This was work.
This was actually work. But then it made me realize that I actually enjoyed like building a website and like helping people like create a whole thing for them and help them find like their color palette and what they want to like present themselves. I need to revamp mine, but I was just like, this was fun. Like,
it is fun. Coordinating is fun.
Kind of see what I could do with that, but I don't know. I was really excited to do something a little bit different and still creative.
That's still within like your skill set. Wait, what website builder did you use?
I use Squarespace.
Love Squarespace. Squarespace
they do not sponsor us, but hey,
please.
Hey, Squarespace.
Because
do you want to get
when
square
we have
with
a
us?
savage and sexy website, we're gonna use Squarespace. Just saying.
With us. Get square with us. We'll give you the space that you need.
Cool squares.
Put a circle in a square. Put a circle in a square.
Welcome. I got this off.
But did you? I'm sorry. I don't think I actually asked you if you had any resolutions yet, or you're still working on it. You have someone see if you're gonna share with us?
I mean, honestly, I'm still thinking about it, but there have been like a few themes. I guess themes floating around in my head. So like, I have a few things that I want to keep doing. Like, I want to keep working on my modeling career. I want to keep like all the stuff that I do anyway. All that stuff is just kind of like there at all times.
Like all these things also start way before.
Like those don't ever go away. But I guess my theme for the new year right now that I've really been thinking about is less planning, more action. Because I do a lot of planning, I do a lot of thinking, I have a lot of ideas. But this is all from that book that I read called Unfuck Yourself. I really got to figure out who the author is. Here's the thing for me is I get really up in my head about how I feel, and I get worried that my feelings are going to unravel my goals. I get worried that being emotional is going to impact the success rate or like where I get eventually, and that can really fuck with me a lot because I'm very emotional. So it's very hard for me to like reconcile being emotional and then feeling like I'm not going to get far because of it. So my main goal for this year is just to honor my feelings and allow myself to feel them and have a firm belief and trust that I'm not what I feel, I'm what I do. And that's why I'm very focused on action, is because like I can get really lost in my feelings. And so I'm like, it doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter if I'm defeated. It doesn't matter if I feel hopeless. It doesn't matter if I feel depressed. Like, I'm allowed to feel all of these things, but I am what I do, not what I feel. And so for me, it's very much making peace with like who I am and allowing that to contribute to what I'm doing. Because as of right now, it's been like I'm afraid of my feelings interrupting my drive and my goal and my ambition. But I don't want to be afraid of my feelings. I want to be comfortable to feel them. I don't want to be scared of feeling them. I don't want to be scared that if I feel defeated, that's what it means. I want to hold space to feel defeat and to feel hopeless and to feel, because I'm a very emotional person. I know I'm going to feel all of these things and I want to hold space to feel those things, but I also want to be able to recognize that I can feel those things and still succeed and still act and still do even in spite of those things. So less planning, more action. I'm not what I feel. I am what I do.
Oh, I love those.
And then just being more disciplined with what I do.
I need to feel more.
Do you want some of my feelings?
Yeah,
because I would like to feel less.
I think my roommate sometimes is concerned. And she's like, I feel like I'm more worried than you. I was like, yeah, whatever. She's like, okay. Like, I have to get my car fixed.
Me too.
There's some sound or the engine light is on. And I'm just kind of like, whatever. She's like, I don't think you should like drive or like go really slow on the highway. I was like, I'm like, I have her at 80 and she's like, that's too fast.
No.
And I was like,
I'm with you with this one.
And I'm like, maybe I should be more worried, but I'm not.
Maybe it's a fire sign thing because I literally have an engine light on.
Travel, so I'm just doing it.
No,
and I'm just
how else are you gonna fucking travel?
I'm
you need
not
a car.
worried. I should make some more money though.
Me too.
But
that's another goal I have is just to get my finances, a better grip on my finances. I'm investing in the stock market, so I want to do more of that. Like I have all these little goals, but there's no real end game to them. I just want to start doing more for myself.
I also should say no more though, because I'm saying yes to a lot of things.
Like what?
Like just a lot of things because I want to do them.
Yeah.
But also like, okay, I did kind of say no to traveling far for things unless it's like this. And then, I don't know, maybe I should get a better grip of like financing for a travel, which I kind of do a little bit already. Yeah. But everyone's just been asking me to travel. I'm just saying yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not really.
You got to plan for that.
I'm not really planning for it. I'm just kind of like, oh, you want to get to Italy?
Like,
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to Mexico. All right, cool. Count me in.
You're like, wait, where am I getting the money to go this?
Yeah.
But, so are your goals to just get a better grip on your finances? Maybe?
I think it's just a budget a little bit better than I do.
Same.
Because my budget plan is usually just pretend you're super broke poor and just don't do anything until
it's time to do stuff.
Until it's time to do stuff. And then I'm just like, woohoo!
And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't spend that. But I do I try to allocate a little bit an actual fund for traveling.
Yeah.
And I've just been, it's been sitting there because I wasn't traveling just so long. I'm not doing it. I'm like,
You had a lot backlogged.
going let's do this.
Yeah. She's
so
been
I just
traveling
wanna,
for a month and a half, basically.
in February it'll go crazy again. So,
Oh, God. Oh,
and then
that's why you're not doing anything in January. I see now.
I really need to just
I would like to travel more. I'm trying to save more money so that I can give stuff like that to myself.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
think
very
it's budgeting specifically for that and just mapping out what that might look like for the year.
doing a
to be
a plan, kind of.
If you are going to travel every other month.
Dude, some people do that. They budget out how much money they spend on food, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm not like that. That's too much structure for me, but I want to get a little bit more structured in it.
A little bit, at least
little-
to kind
not
of be like,
crazy, but more.
give or take,
Yeah.
you'll spend 100 on groceries every
Yes,
week and what that
roughly,
looks
roughly.
like.
I don't need
and-
it to the dime,
yeah,
but
just to
rough.
roughly be
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm going to spend for this, that, and etc.
We still need to go traveling.
Aren't we doing something? I mean, we could talk about this off
we
air.
were talking about it, but nothing got
Was
sealed.
that March or February?
March.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it.
Okay.
And then
I
we're
can't
gonna
do the
record
end of
there.
February. Oh yeah, that was our point. Oh, Baldwin, you're coming. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna travel and record.
You're coming. Let's go to that.
Welcome.
Let's do what Erik wants to do, and we cannot get murdered and record in a beautiful vista in a mountain location.
Back to the murder.
Dude, we always bring it back to murder.
Murder, she writes. Yeah, because
Stabby, stabby, stab, stab.
stabby, jabby,
Kill,
jab.
kill, kill. Torture, torture, torture.
Fire, fire, fire.
Crime. Crime.
Oh crap! I didn't get it on camera. I'm ready now. I said, hey, what's going on? We just took another break because that's what we do. I got the sauce.
We harmonize.
That was very beautiful.
That was good. That was good.
Wow. Hell
I might have to
no.
mix those vocals and put it on a beat.
Wow, we are. We're fucking fire. Fucking fire. Fire. About to you. We haven't had an impromptu dance party. You guys made through almost all the episodes. Dance party freestyle. And where they at? Just kind of breaking down, breaking down, breaking down. Survive. Wiggle. Let all that tension and stress out.
Ready, deep breath. 1, 2, 3. We're back. Hi. I went to the bathroom for the second time
She did. I'm
because I am
holding
a
it all
lightweight,
in.
and I'm proud.
I'm peeing in a can next to my chair.
It smells.
Yo, that's
Like
crazy.
asparagus? Or because I've been eating my vegetables.
Ew. Did you eat asparagus?
Asparagus?
Asparagus.
No, I haven't. So it's weird that it smells like asparagus.
If you don't know yet, if you eat even one bite of asparagus, your pee smells really bad. Try it out today. I invite you. It's a cool science experiment.
Everybody's gonna eat asparagus.
Dude, have you
We're starting a
noticed
movement.
that? If you have one bite of asparagus, your pee will smell to high fucking heavens. I invite you. Please do
Coffee's
this.
like that, though.
Oh, is coffee like that? I don't drink coffee, so I don't know.
Really sketchy. I don't like it.
Wait, explain.
Wait, you don't drink
When you
coffee?
pee,
I don't drink coffee.
I was more confused about
I'm
you don't
born
drink.
with this.
With
I don't need
coffee
caffeine.
pee? Oh, I was like, what?
You should be making more money if you have coffee pee.
that's a thing, and I've asked other people about it, and I'm like,
What?
In fact, you've heard it
What
here
could make it
first.
is it like
smells like
stinky?
coffee. There's a tint of coffee in your pee.
Smells like coffee.
Is it brown?
It's just the morning.
With some pee, you know what I mean?
Put some pee in it.
I have never heard this. Can you please let us know if this is
Maybe
true,
I'm just-
listeners, viewers?
maybe I'm just
out there who
dehydrated.
clearly listen to our
Maybe it's
podcast.
just
Can you
Maybelline.
please
Sexy
confirm?
scientists.
Shit.
Can you please confirm? What does your pee smell like? Email us at
Asparagus or coffee.
thesavagesexy@gmail.com. But don't actually do that. I don't care. So,
Don't actually do that.
yeah, I don't care what your pee smells like. But if you have a cool resolution, I also kind of don't really care about that. But I don't know.
Oh.
I care if it's. Maybe I care more about the process. What's your process into picking your resolution? more than what it actually is. Like, do you make a list of different things you want to do? Do you do a brain map? Do you just blurt out things and hope for the best? Yeah.
Raise your hand if you're putting too much pressure on yourself for your goals.
Always. Yeah, that's right. Everybody in here. Pressure.
Everybody
in the club putting pressure on themselves.
Sometimes it's good though. The accountability.
Self-pressure,
Sometimes you have to put that
discipline.
fire
Discipline,
underneath.
accountability. We were off air for a little bit, and you were kind of touching on it. I was, because Amanda, when you talk about the weight loss stuff, it does kind of hit me a certain way, because I struggle with my weight, and sometimes you do have to put that pressure on yourself to fucking keep that discipline going, and just be. You kept saying, just be real with yourself and make a deal with yourself.
Yeah.
So I love that you said that you wrote a fucking contract.
Dude, I did. When I was like 16 or 17, I straight up typed up a contract that I signed. And guess what? I did not succeed that year.
So what were the repercussions?
There weren't really any repercussions. It was more so just like extreme disappointment in myself, which is a pretty hard repercussion when you're me and very critical.
If you're saying repercussions, I think that's when you're
like
over.
I beat myself up and I hated myself. So that
I think naturally you do that to yourself when you're
when you
dealing
don't
with that,
succeed.
when you don't succeed on something that you really want.
It's one thing if like someone else has a goal for you that you need or want to meet, but it's another. To me, it's more devastating to not accomplish the goals that I want for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you hold yourself to almost higher standards as well, too. You're like, I want to do this. I should be able to follow through with it. And then you can't. You're like, oh, God, like, if I can't do this, then what can I do?
Because it's shit that you care about. When you set goals like that, it's because
it's meaningful. Like a lot of
Exactly.
people put those goals because there's an emotional meaning behind it. They think it's going to change their life. Or for me, weight loss was really like the way that I figured I would change how I saw myself because I hated myself. So for me, it was like salvation to lose weight because otherwise I hated myself so much. There wasn't space for anything else. So for me, that was like the only thing that I saw that would give me relief from myself. And then to not accomplish it and to want it year after year and fail again and again, like it's humbling, it's devastating. But I needed to spin through that because all of that, like I was able to achieve the actual goal that I wanted one day because I went through so many trials of disappointing myself, failing myself again and again and again and again. And like, as much as that sucks, like I do think that adds up and there is there's use in that. Like and hopefully you don't have to get to your goal through self-hate. But I was having a discussion with my friend about this the other day. A lot of people view negative emotions as like bad or unhelpful or like just defeating or purposeless. But like, honestly, like I learned to love myself through hating myself. I learned to lose weight through hating myself and failing so many times. So it's like, I wouldn't want to go through it again. It was still terrible to have to feel that way. And I would never want anyone to have to go through it that way.
Like utilizing
but
that.
There was
give you the drive.
And if you ask me now, like the person that I used to be was the prerequisite for this. So like I needed to be that person. I needed to feel that way. I needed to feel defeated. I needed to feel self-hate. And those are all things, again, that I really wouldn't wish for anybody to have to feel for a long term. But like that is how I found the path to myself. And I don't hate myself anymore. Thankfully, I've had a lot of growth. But I really, to me, negative emotions, if you're paying attention and if you're really trying to look inside of yourself and see where they're coming from, they're messengers and they're signals. There's something for you to be a parent of on your radar if you feel some kind of way. And if your goal is a really emotional goal and you get triggered by the thought of even thinking about it, or you feel like, for me, the thought of being skinny was like, I would love myself. If I was skinny, people would like me, guys would like me, I would get to wear clothes that I want. I wouldn't hate looking at me. Like, it was the way, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's crazy because I've been in the state where I'm very comfortable in like the way I was looking. And I think I was like, probably like maybe a few years ago, 2019, I was 15 pounds away from getting to the goal that I wanted to get to. And then, like I was saying off air, like and I've done that so many times over. Mm-hmm. Where I'm almost there, I lose a certain amount of weight, and then I spiral. Yeah. So it's tough. So it's so fucking devastating. But I know once I get to the space,
you're capable. Like that's the thing. Like especially after what you told me earlier. Like, and that's most people are capable. But like I like that you brought up the negotiating because, like, I'm gonna sound a little tough love right now, but like,
Yeah, that was different. That's when you said that, I was like, oh,
you have
shit.
to negotiate with yourself, and it's like I've recently have heard some people like complain about like how hard weight loss is and like all the sacrifices that you have to make, and calorie counting sucks, and like they don't enjoy their life as much, and blah blah blah, all this stuff, and I'm like, here's the deal. If you don't like yourself enough to want to lose weight, and I shouldn't even say that because some people like themselves and still just want to change. So if you are uncomfortable enough with yourself that you feel like you want to lose weight, that there's a desire to change your physical body, and then you go and you do the work and the work is too hard, you have to pick your hard. Do you want the hard of potentially wrestling with how you feel about yourself every day, or the hard of thinking, I wanted to lose weight and I never was able to, and that's disappointing to me? Do you want to feel, and all of this can change. So you might want to lose weight and then not lose weight and still be proud of yourself or not feel upset. That's awesome. You can change your goals. What you want can change. But for me, I wanted it for so long that there wasn't any other avenue to self-love. So for me, it was just constant defeat, failure. But like, if you're not willing to do the work and the work sucks and the work is hard, but you're also like not happy in your body and not happy with how you look, you get to pick the hard that you feel. And for me, I would rather struggle. I would rather like battle, and I would rather deprive myself and sacrifice myself of certain things, because for me, it feels so much better to achieve the goal and to sacrifice things than to sacrifice my body and myself and just try to make peace with how I feel about myself. I was never able to do that. I was never able to arrive to a place where I felt comfortable in my body. And I really respected people that did, especially because at the time there was a huge body positivity movement. And so people were embracing themselves at all sizes, and that's amazing, that's beautiful, but I was never able to do that. And I tried, and it wasn't real because I didn't love myself. Mm-hmm. So I could walk around parading like, oh, I feel I'm big and I'm beautiful and I love it, all this bullshit, but it wasn't real for me. For some people that's real. I couldn't commit to that because I didn't feel that. So for me, there was no other option. It was like, you either hate yourself for the rest of your life or you succeed at this. And eventually I succeeded. And so now I don't hate myself, but like that was my very specific journey. And even now, like I'm looking at myself on camera and I'm like, shit, I don't like how I look, but I also know those are remnants. And I also know that like I've worked really hard to get here and I'm not going to fucking let this take that away from me when I've worked so hard to get here. So like I'm looking at myself, I still look great.
You know, I could probably bet, because my struggle is I'm not strong. My thighs are great.
I've heard you say your arms are for show.
Yeah, they're for show, linguini arms. I literally, like, the reason why I'm like, I need to work out and I want to stay fit and healthy is like, because God forbid I'm on a fucking cliff. I cannot pull myself up.
I think about that.
Unless I put a foot.
I tell women,
I cannot pull myself up and I will die.
I tell women all the time, I'm like, you just need to be able to do one pull-up.
I cannot.
That one pull-up will save your life one day.
So you will outlive me if push came to shove. If we were both hanging on a string, even just on a rope at the edge, like I wouldn't be able to get up there. And like that makes me so depressed. I'm like, I'm going to die.
Try so hard to save you.
You wouldn't be able to. There's a lot.
Don't underestimate my strength. Don't underestimate my strength. Adrenaline, so okay?
I was like, I want to work out, and I don't like the gym, and it's very not motivating for me because I want to have fun while I'm doing it. And I want to look good too, but I'm also just like, okay, I look good.
Yeah.
But it's all for show. Like, I can't actually do much.
You want to feel more capable in your body. Yeah. You want to know that or you know what I think about? I think about if I ever got chased by a murderer, I would need to run. Yeah. So that's what I think about.
My knees will give out so
over a cliff, and I think about running for my life. I need to be able to run for my life and mean it for at least 10 whole minutes.
I can run, but throw a couple of garbage cans in a car, like I'm tripping, I'm falling over, I can't climb the fence.
So you got to work on hurdles, functional jumping.
Not gonna lie, tripping over a garbage can is crazy. You have to like do that on purpose.
But you know what I mean? Like there's gonna be you're running for your life. Like you're not looking.
Reaction timing.
I'm gonna be that stupid person in the woods that trips over fucking nothing.
Coordination.
For some reason.
Oh my God, when they trip on nothing. No, really. They trip on nothing in fucking horror movies all the time. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, shout out Home Alone.
You don't trip ever, and now you trip.
Now you trip.
This is why they need to wear Velcro shoes. So they don't have to worry about the shoelaces. That's how they trip.
Jesus Christ.
Nuts, yeah.
No,
always have a ponytail ready.
I mean, I gotta
Always have your cell phone fully charged.
I gotta
Oh
say
yeah, I
something.
have an escape
real-
backpack.
Make sure it wasn't leg day the day before so you can run away.
Exactly. So to piggyback off what you guys were talking about earlier is that relationship with yourself. That's the one that everyone kind of forgets about their whole life. That was nice. Nice save.
No, what's happening again?
You're fine.
Just
Josh, keep going.
don't even look at it.
Ignore it.
There you go. But like you have to.
Yo, what was that smile?
That was
a serial killer smile.
It's because they keep talking about killers.
Speaking of murder.
Yeah. So I have a question. Are you excited about Dexter coming back?
I don't watch Dexter.
Oh, well, I mean, because
Sorry.
I don't know how I feel about it.
okay, well, whatevs. Anyway,
Yo, Amanda's making some faces.
yeah. I know.
Having this TV is
definitely.
bad.
Amanda,
This is bad.
Amanda
I love
definitely
it. I think it's the
distracted me
coolest thing
from
ever.
whatever I was going
I'm
to say.
so distracted.
I love it.
You know what? You guys just keep going.
Jazz
You guys are
hands.
doing fantastic. If no one told you, Jazz Hands is killing it.
These are not hands.
These are jazz hands.
Okay, what were we talking
We
about?
have great relationships with ourselves.
Yeah, we gotta.
For the
we gotta
audio
go
listeners, they were just doing a bunch of shit.
There was a lot of
We
jazz
have
hands
to
going
go.
on.
Dude, yeah, if you're not watching this right now, where
Where the
even
fuck
are
you
you?
at?
You square? Where even are you? We love you, but where even are you? Not on Patreon. Actually, this is not on
Not on
Patreon. This is our
YouTube.
free YouTube
Not on
episode.
Actually, this is a quick question, and actually, we're about an hour if you guys want
Oh,
to.
we're getting close.
But quick question: do you guys listen to podcasts more or watch podcasts more?
Listen, I am such a listener because I'm usually busy using my eyes for artsy visual things. So my ears are open to intake information, though.
Yeah, because I think a lot of it
listen
is
more.
either while I'm driving or like working, so I'm
Yeah.
listening more often. But sometimes I will, like if I have some downtime, like I listen to My Favorite Murder. Fucking love them. Karen, Georgia.
I need to listen to them.
And so I'll go back and like rewatch because they'll live stream their, not live stream, but they'll record their like hometowns. So I'll go back and like watch them if I like that episode or something like that. So
Occasionally, I'll watch
was nice.
Wine and Crime on their Patreon
Yeah.
because they'll do like drug
it's like a
dives
nice
and
option
stuff.
to have because you get to like
Yeah.
actually see their personality a little bit more, which is why we really like it.
Yeah. And there's some podcasts that are just audio, but you can tell the video context is needed.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's
yeah.
some podcasters, they put an emphasis on like, you should watch this because this is more.
The one thing I wish they
More
did
for
do
visual.
is when they used to do their live shows, they never really recorded those. So you can listen to them, but you can never watch them. And
yeah.
I feel like that would be something I'd want to watch.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to go to a show, but
Yeah.
I would have loved to be able to like watch one of their live shows.
Did you
and,
guys
like,
do ever do
see
a
them.
live show?
I mean,
if we get to that point.
I would love to
asking,
do
I'm
a
just
live
saying.
show if you guys
Gotta
want
put it out there in
to
the
do a
universe.
show.
You are the person that can take us there. Rate, subscribe, review us on Apple Podcasts, and we might be able to do a live show one day. Just
Because live podcasting, the idea of live podcasting is fucking. I think it's the dopest thing
Dude,
ever.
Eric still brought up Twitch, so maybe you guys will
You
see
guys
us on
can do
Twitch eventually.
Twitch would be a
We'll
good
think
like.
about it.
Twitch would be a good warm up for you guys, so you can kind of get that idea of what it'd be like.
Resolutions. Get
Actually,
on Twitch.
Twitch.
Savage and sexy resolutions.
okay. That's okay.
Well, get twitchy.
Okay. So what is that?
It's a live streaming service.
Okay, so it just
So a lot of people will do games, but you can do anything. You can just, it's just live streaming. So like we could live stream these.
The most famous thing, like the most popular thing on Twitch is the just chatting category. So there's categories. So the whole thing is when you go on Twitch and you find a category, like if you guys just start off and it's just chatting, you'd have to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until you find the person. That's like the only problem. So you have to find what is gonna really
people wanna listen to.
set you apart from
Oh, I think
everyone
we
else.
could do that.
okay.
But you can.
Like where we just hang out at each other's house maybe and do like a stream on a phone or something.
You can do it on the phone, or you can just hook up a camera.
Or
so it's
that.
yeah.
Okay, so we could do that.
And literally it would just be us being
The
ourselves.
only reason why I wouldn't recommend a phone is because you won't be able to really read what someone's saying.
Oh, okay,
Like
so
you want to
yeah,
be
yeah.
able to have some kind of device where you can read what your audience is writing out to you.
Oh, so we are talking with the people.
You're talking to people
Thought.
directly.
What if when we come
That's
visit you in
dope.
January, we try to do that? Because Eric will be there.
No, I'm not doing anything for you.
No, but like, I'll explain it. Yeah. You can just hang
There's
out.
that.
All right.
kidding. I'm
Anyway,
just kidding.
you're welcome to our Savage and Sexy production meeting where we talk about our
everyone's getting
2022
glimpse
plans.
of how it works in the back end.
If you have
This
any
is our
suggestions,
first visual show.
even retroactively, let us know.
We're crushing it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're like done because
we're
like
done.
it's getting awkward now.
I have nothing left to say. This is the Savage and the Sexy. Okay. And with that being said, remember to always keep it savage with your self-development.
And you're
And sexy with how you perceive yourself. What are you? You're ruining my
I never
outro.
know the outro. I was trying to say it the other day and I was like,
Say
I don't
with
know
me.
it.
Ready? Say it with me.
Okay.
Say it with me. I am savage in my self-development.
With my self-development.
That was not confident.
Okay, I'm savage with my self-development.
Ready? And I'm
I'm
sexy with my self-perception. Boom.
Yeah.
Say it with me. Bye,
Woo!
guys.
Bye, y'all. Enjoy the show. Savage and Sexy is presented by A Vibe Entertainment and produced by Baldwin. The only reason we got this far, because y'all know we ain't got our shit together. The Savage and Sexy is self-funded. If you like the show and want to support us, subscribe to our Patreon, The Savage and Sexy, or donate on Anchor and GoFundMe. You can find us on Instagram, The Savage and the Sexy. Email us at thesavageandthesexy@gmail.com. Thank you for being savage and sexy with us, and we'll see you next time.